So why does Thanos actually have to be able to beat the Avengers in Avengers Infinity War? Of course, I will be going over this question today because this is a big question of why Thanos actually has to beat the Avengers within Avengers Infinity War to move on to Avengers 4. So if you guys want to hear the topic of today's video, make sure you guys definitely stay tuned. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and if you guys like Avengers Infinity War and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, consider subscribing because I have plenty more videos on Avengers Infinity War coming out, and of course, make sure you guys definitely turn on the notification bell as well so you guys are notified whenever I have a new upload coming out on my channel. But also, make sure you guys definitely smash that like button if you guys like this video. Of course, make sure you guys definitely comment below your thoughts. Do you guys think Thanos has to beat the Avengers in Avengers Infinity War, or do you guys think the Avengers will actually beat Thanos? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear your opinions about this, but with all that out of the way, let's get in the video, Webheads. So of course, I've already come out with a video basically about how the Avengers are going to beat Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. And of course, throughout that entire video, I really did kind of break down on how they could beat Thanos, but at the same time, I basically said that I thought it was almost impossible to beat Thanos, just because of basically what he has on his side. If you really look at it, Thanos not only just himself, which is already a godlike level strength, he literally can take on like all the Avengers just by himself without the Infinity Gauntlet, without the Black Order, and without his army of Outriders. He doesn't need any of that to take on the Avengers. But of course, in this movie, Avengers Infinity War, he's going to be taking on the entire universe as a whole, basically. So obviously, he's not just taking on the Avengers, he's also going to be taking on all the other Marvel superheroes that are on Earth, along with all the Guardians of the Galaxy. Basically, he's going to be taking on the Nova Corps, all of the most powerful beings in the universe he's taking on all at once. So obviously, he's going to need a little bit more than just himself to beat all of them. So that's really why he's going out in the universe and collecting all of the Infinity Stones. And of course, if he collects all those Infinity Stones, that gives him the biggest advantage over anyone in the Marvel universe, and he can destroy anyone just by snapping his fingers or even thinking about it. So honestly, if he collects all those stones, that means that he literally is going to win. That it's just a done deal. Nobody can beat him. If he gets all the Infinity Stones, that's how he wins. But of course, in order to do that, he has to actually have his Black Order, his children basically go gather some of the Infinity Stones for him, along with his Outriders to take on the forces of Earth. Because of course, in the original Avengers movie, he learned that Earth was not just some planet that he could take over so easily. Instead, it's a very difficult planet to take over. So of course, he has to go there himself with all of his forces to take all the Infinity Stones from the Avengers and all of Earth. And the big reason really why he's going to win in this movie is really just because he's going to be in Avengers 4. There's an Avengers 4 movie. Of course, before it was titled Avengers 4, it was actually called Infinity War Part 2. It was going to be the Part 2 to this year's Avengers Infinity War. But of course, they changed that around a little bit because they basically said there's going to be two completely different movies. Everybody knows that they're going to have ties for both movies. If you really look at the time difference between the first Avengers and the second Avengers, and even the time difference between Avengers Age of Ultron and Avengers Infinity War, you know that there's a giant gap between them. But of course, even that giant gap between them, they have some storylines going through both of those movies, and they're always connected. And if you look at the time frame for Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4, obviously the time frame is even shorter than usual because it's only a year in between both movies. And of course, most of the storylines always connect through all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, so obviously it's going to do the exact same thing. So I feel as though this storyline with Thanos is going to be going through to Avengers 4, because if you have someone like Thanos, you're not just going to do one movie and then be done with the character. He's too good of a character to do that with. So of course, they're going to be moving him over to Avengers 4, and that's really the main reason of why he's actually going to be beating the Avengers in this, because he has to move over into that next movie. And of course, I'm pretty sure the next movie is going to be called Infinity Gauntlet, because this movie is basically going to be more like the storyline, the comic books, the Thanos quest, basically where he has to go out and he has to get all the Infinity Stones. And then Avengers 4 is going to be all about him actually having the Infinity Gauntlet assembled with all the Infinity Stones intact, and now he's taking on the entire universe, and he's probably going to be taking on a lot more godlike characters that are the power level of probably like Ego the Living Planet. Obviously, Ego died in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but there's going to be characters similar to that probably taking him on in Avengers 4. Another reason, basically, just Thanos has to assemble the Infinity Gauntlet. You can't just give us an Infinity War movie and not give us anything with the Infinity Gauntlet and only give us, like, say, a couple stones within the Infinity Gauntlet. Nobody really wants to see that. Everybody really wants to see Thanos actually collect all the Infinity Stones and pose the biggest threat against the Avengers. And of course, that's definitely something where the audience is going to be like, how the heck are they actually going to beat Thanos. He has the Infinity Gauntlet. It's impossible. He's God. He can snap his fingers and they're all dead. And that's something that I still have a hard time believing, that the Avengers are really going to defeat Thanos with this godlike power. I just don't see it happening because he's just so powerful. Of course, they're going to have to beat him, but at the same time, not in Avengers Infinity War. I think they're going to save that for Avengers 4. So that's why I think in Infinity War, he actually is going to win. Now, of course, if you guys noticed, Marvel Studios was celebrating their 10-year anniversary last week. And of course, if you guys saw the trailer that they actually put out for it, you can actually see a version of the Infinity Gauntlet on set, basically in a case, and you can see already there's 4 Infinity Stones within that gauntlet already, only missing 2. And the 2 that's actually missing from there is actually the Time Stone and the Mind Stone. So of course that's going to be with Doctor Strange, and then that's going to be with the Vision. So that's what Thanos is really missing so far. So I think in Avengers Infinity War, he's already going to have 4 of the stones. I think that's already confirmed because of that gauntlet that was actually showed up in that trailer. It could be from Avengers 4, but I just have a feeling that he is going to be gathering up all the stones in Infinity War like he does in the Thanos Quest comic books. And then the start of Avengers 4 is really going to be, how did the Avengers actually come back and beat Thanos? Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking basically, well, that could definitely happen in Infinity War, but the thing is, there's 2 movies separating Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4. There's going to be Captain Marvel and there's going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp. Well, you're totally right. Those 2 movies definitely separate both of those movies, but at the same time, those 2 movies do not take place between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers 4. It has already been stated that Ant-Man and the Wasp is actually going to be taking place before Avengers Infinity War and after Captain America Civil War. So don't get confused by that. And then Captain Marvel is actually going to be taking place in the 90s. So it's going to be taking place way before most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe already. It's going to be taking place before the first Iron Man, before the first Hulk, before all of those movies, except it's going to be taking place obviously after Captain America the First Avenger. So with both of those movies basically taking place before Infinity War, obviously the events of Avengers Infinity War carrying over into Avengers 4 are basically going to be exactly what's happening. Just like Civil War, the events of Civil War are carrying right over into Infinity War. So obviously the ending of Civil War is going to directly affect Infinity War. Same thing with Infinity War directly affecting Avengers 4. And it could be definitely a different movie, but at the same time, I feel as though it's definitely going to be a movie that's very similar with one another. So that's why Thanos really has to win. Thanos is going to be the villain in Avengers 4. They haven't confirmed it yet, but I think everybody really can speculate that he is going to be the villain for Avengers 4. I think everybody knows that he's going to be carrying over. There's not going to be any other villains in there. It's going to be literally just Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. So that's basically why Thanos has to beat the Avengers in Infinity War. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what do you guys think of this? Do you guys think Thanos actually is going to beat the Avengers in Infinity War? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions on this. Make sure you guys definitely smash that like button if you guys like this video. Of course, definitely consider subscribing and turn on the bell notification if you guys are into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Avengers Infinity War videos. I have plenty coming out on my channel. But of course, last but not least, make sure you guys definitely get my Black Panther giveaway. The giveaway is definitely coming to an end when Black Panther comes out on Friday. So guys, definitely get into that. And I'll be announcing a winner on Friday's video. So definitely stay tuned for that. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alrighty, Webheads, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, make sure you guys definitely subscribe right over here to Webhead. I have plenty more videos coming out for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Avengers Infinity War going forward. Plenty of videos about that. Make sure you guys definitely check out my social media links in the description below so you guys can follow me on various social media networks. And of course, last but not least, definitely check out the 2 videos below me. I think you guys would really, really enjoy. But thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.